Star Brethren!
Your number one source for everything Starbound. Hello, fellow Star Brethren. My name is Kamo, and today on L2Survive, I'm going to show you how to make it through that very first day. Some of the worlds can be a little unforgiving, so I wanted to make a video for you guys to give you a few tips and show you how to complete some of those early quests. Go ahead and make yourselves any character that you want. I'm just going to go ahead and leave this one on random. Looks like it's going to give me a fish person named Seaton. Seaton, oh yeah. Alright, so the very first quest, blah blah blah, it's different for each race. If you want to read through it, please feel free. Basically just telling you to go ahead and get your matter manipulator. And that can be found right here in your ship storage. It's that very first one, matter manipulator. Quest complete. Well done, the matter manipulator allows you to manipulate almost anything in the game world. I'll be damned. Matter manipulator manipulates matter? Crazy. It's time to search the planet for fuel. To survive down there, you'll need tools. To produce tools, you'll need to make yourself a crafting station. Use your ship's teleportation platform to beam down. By the way, guys, most of the quests are pretty comprehensive and they'll step you through, but I'm going to give you guys a few tips on how to beat them and survive the land. So here's your ship teleporter. Walk on it or near it and hit E while you have it highlighted. Okay, now, one big thing that I overlooked in the very beginning is that you start off with a sword. Be sure to equip that sword. Makes things a lot easier. Now, most planets will have a tree that gives wood. Some planets will have ones that give mushrooms, some will have ones that give plant fibers, but they should all have some kind of tree that gives you wood. Giggity. So use the matter manipulator at the base of it, and stand on the side opposite from where you want it to fall. Trees will always fall away from you. Alright, so we got ourselves a little bit of wood. Hit C for your crafting station. And go ahead and craft yourself some wooden planks. Up here at the top we have our wooden crafting station, and it says it needs 35 planks, so let's make 35. Down here at the bottom it'll tell you how many you've made, a cumulative amount of how many you've made. Wood crafting station. Well done, quest complete. So we've made our crafting station. The next step is that it wants us to go hunting, so we're going to go kill some monsters with a bow. Killing enemies with a blade will cause them to drop meat still, but at a much lower rate. The drop rate for it is normally 70% if you use a bow. So place your crafting station, and as you can see here, we want to make ourselves a hunting bow. So we need plant fiber and unrefined wood. Unrefined wood is obviously just the wood that drops from trees whenever you knock one down. So don't plank them. The best and easiest guaranteed way to get plant fibers is off of vines. So let's go ahead and start by grabbing some vines here. It takes a couple of seconds to break these down. Make sure that you break them down at the base, just like you do with trees. That way all of them fall, or the entire stalk falls. So as you can see down at the bottom, we got ourselves 15 fibers. Alright, I don't have enough refined wood, or unrefined wood, so let's go ahead and break down this tree here. Get ourselves just a little bit more. Now I know in the beginning it's god-awful slow with the matter manipulator, but that doesn't last for very long. I'll show you some of the tools that you can make to make it not quite so bad. Alright, fantastic. Got ourselves a bunch more unrefined wood. Doesn't take very many trees or vines to get a substantial amount to get you through most situations. So here we go. Hunting bow. Go ahead and craft one, and it'll pop it into my inventory, and I'll show you the various inventory spots. Make sure you make yourselves a few bandages with the extra plant fibers. And we got some birds that are... Hey, you know what? Great opportunity to go ahead and bust out our hunting bow. Ow. Alright. Ooh. Watch out for them. They burn. There we go. Knocked them down. Oh, perfect. And there's the alien meat we need. Now, obviously, to cook things, you gotta have yourself a campfire, right? Campfire is made with torches and unrefined wood. Click craft. Check out your inventory. By the way, there are 2 inventory stashes. Sometimes it'll stick them in this stash, especially if they're blocks. It does that pretty often. So we got ourselves a campfire. Go ahead and click and move that into our hotbar. And boom, got a campfire. Highlight it and hit E. Move your raw alien meat. Click cook. You can also hold shift and click, and it'll automatically move it into your inventory. Boom, quest complete. It's time to craft a furnace. You'll need to obtain some cobblestone, a campfire, and some coal. If you'd like to know exactly how much of each you need, access a crafting table, untick materials available, and mouse over the recipe to see its ingredients. You can just go in here also, and there's a search function. Hit F, and it'll highlight everything, or it'll filter out everything that has that letter in it, or filter in everything that has that letter in it. So, stone furnace, there we go. We highlight it here. We need a campfire, which we already have made, but we need 25 cobblestone. That's a pretty good amount of cobblestone, so we're going to go ahead and make ourselves a pickaxe. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Just collect yourselves 10 cobblestone. It takes 10 cobblestone and some unrefined wood. I believe it takes 5. So just a few patches here. It takes out a 2x2, so that's 4. So if you take out 2.5 batches, basically, you'll have enough. Oop, let's go ahead and select our crafting station. Okay, so pickaxe. Oh, it actually requires wood planks. I am incorrect. So we have 1. We're just gonna need, we'll make 21. That's the closest number we can make. Alright. Stone pickaxe. Drag and drop. Also be sure to put your bandages up there too. You want those on quick access. And they regenerate your health. They do not give an instant amount. But the good news is you don't have to stand still to use them. You can use them on the go. So that's nice at least. So we're going to grab a few batches of cobblestone. As you can see, it's breaking a 3x3 rather than a 2x2. And it's breaking it much faster. That's why I always recommend making that pickaxe first. So, we've made it. Now we need the campfire. And you can use your pickaxe to break the campfire down. Does that sound a little weird? Yes, I know. Alright, our furnace. It's a pain in the butt to find sometimes, so we hit F. Perfect, there it is. We have all the requirements. Click craft. Oh. Awesome, it's about time we play with fire. Next, we need to get you some armor. Working with metal requires an anvil, but before we can craft one, you'll need to smelt some iron ore. Obtain 2 times iron ore and smelt it in a furnace to obtain an iron bar. First, we need to place our newly crafted... Actually, you know what? We don't need plant fibers in here. Boom. Now, when you go to plant objects, whatever direction you walked last is the way that it's going to face. So if you walk right, it'll face right. If you walk left, the item will face left. Okay, now of course we don't have any iron yet, so let's go ahead and adventure. Get ourselves a little bit of iron here. Okay, so something I want to teach you about the monsters is keep an eye on the ability that they use. That'll determine their movements. So this one uses bash. As you saw, he charges you. There are a few other abilities, and I'll try and show you guys as many of them as I can. Periodically throughout your travels, you will find chests. Always open them and search them, because sometimes you'll get awesome weapons like this. And personally, I don't think I'm going to use that one because it does 1 in 17 damage and attacks slower. It does electric damage, but that's not going to be worth losing that pure damage that I'm getting off my current weapon. Penetration is extremely important. It doesn't scale like you think it might. A weapon with 1 more penetration than your current weapon might do up to 20 more damage. So don't let that number deceive you. Now, if you guys ever want more details about the interface or your ship, be sure to watch my other 2 videos that I have up already. They will go into full detail about how all that works. This video is just going to be showing you how to survive. Okay, you're not bad. Some of the monsters aren't evil. Now, one thing that you're going to notice... Oh, I actually have hit a spot that I can't climb easily. So I made myself a couple of wooden platforms. Wooden platforms are a platform that you can jump through and land on. So I'll show you here. See, I jumped right through it and landed on the top of it. Oh wow, another chest. Must be my birthday. Now I don't know if I mentioned it, but when it becomes nighttime, on most planets it becomes colder. So you'll want to watch your temperature gauge down at the bottom. Putting a torch down will usually counter the coldness on the first planet. and it'll usually only require 1 torch. But if you go on to planets like the moon, those get very cold very fast, or snow biomes. But usually the first planet that you'll start on as a player will be something like the jungle, or arid, or desert, usually somewhere that's not going to get you killed on the first night. Okay, so this grayish, kind of like a brown grayish color, that's the iron. So just keep an eye out for that. The black that I'm standing on is coal. So also be sure to grab a little bit of that, because some of the materials or some of the recipes, actually a lot of the recipes, call for coal in some way, whether it's a crafted item or coal directly. There's also copper, and we did pass some on the way here. As a matter of fact, there it is. It's got more of a golden look to it. Alright, so we're back at base here. And now that we have iron, we can go ahead and shift click it. It'll automatically put it in the furnace for you. Click smelt, and boom. It'll automatically start making iron bars for you. Shift click them over into your inventory, and boom, you're good. Quest complete. Oh, okay. Next quest is to get the UFO to show up. And I'm going to be making an entire separate episode all about how I beat that guy. Because he's a bit of a pain. I had to use a few beacons to get my strategy down, so I'm going to be making an entire video based around that. So let's go ahead and make ourselves a few wooden planks so that we can craft ourselves a little bit of a home. Somewhere we can call home. Now if you get lucky like I did and just so happen to find yourself a few chests, you can use that obviously as your immediate storage. And of course, you can put them anywhere. We can go ahead and go down here since I've already dug out this area. Go ahead and stick my storage down here. And of course, if you just shift click them over, boom, you got yourself some storage. Alright guys, so that is pretty much how you can survive the first night. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to post them down in the comment below. I'm very open to what you guys have for suggestions, and I'm sure as this game evolves, I will have more tips and goodies for you as time goes on. And like I said before, the UFO fight, I'm going to make an entire separate video for that, because that is the first boss fight, so I want to make sure I focus purely on that for you guys. In the meantime, you all take care.